This tutorial is a clear step-by-step instructions on how to embroider floral letters using yarn on pre-printed stick and stitch stabiliser. You might have purchased an Elora by Lenore DIY embroidery kit, which would have had everything you need in that kit. The first thing that you're going to do is trim any excess stabiliser paper. Gently peel away. Place in the middle or wherever you would like your design to be. It might take a little bit of adjusting. Make sure you lift up the bottom and make sure that your sweater is completely flat underneath. You don't want any ripples or buckles underneath that sticky paper. Press down very firmly to make sure that it's stuck well. Grab out your sharp pointed needle and your yarn colour of choice, your needle threader, and thread your needle onto your yarn. You want to pick approximately 1/2 metre a length of yarn. Anything longer and you'll find it really hard to work with because it tends to unwind and get knotted and tangled way too easily when it's too long. I'm going to start with the Lazy Daisies. If you missed the separate video, there's a very clear tutorial on how to complete Lazy Daisies using this exact stencil. This is the Yarn Stitch Sampler Series and it's really good for you to brush up on your basic embroidery skills. They go through every kind of stitch that you'll need for your sweater embroidery. But watch closely on how I do this Lazy Daisy. So I've gone up through the centre, back down through the centre, I've created a loop, and then I've come up again at the edge of the petal through the middle of that loop and I'm pulling. Then I'm going to anchor down that petal over the top and pull down again. Complete this process until you've done all 5 petals. Try to follow the lines that are marked exactly. You don't need to tie off after every single flower, you can just move directly straight to the next flower that you'd like to stitch, particularly if it's right beside the one you've just stitched. You can change up your yarn colours as much as you like, but I'm just going to stick with these colours today. So I've stitched all of these daisies and now I'm going to show you how to tie off behind. Bring your needle under those stitches 2 or 3 times and then pull your yarn only halfway. Then you're going to be left with these 2 tails and you're going to tie those into a knot. Tie a second knot tighter and then you can snip. Now I'm going to complete my woven roses. I've chosen a different yarn colour, but it's completely a personal preference. If you would like a clearer tutorial on how to complete these woven roses, please check out the Yarn Embroidery Sampler Series Woven Rose tutorial, and I go through that really clearly step by step. But as you can see, I've created 5 straight stitches into the middle, and then I'm going to go under every second stitch as I go around the circle to create that rose. I've finished that rose, so I pull through, and rather than tying off, I actually want the center of my Lazy Daisies to be this white color as well. So I'm going to move straight across to do some French knots. French knots are definitely a little bit tricky to master. Again, I have a separate tutorial on how to complete these, a really slow step-by-step guide. But as you can see, I've come up through the center and then I wrap my yarn around my needle twice, go down a separate hole and then pull through to create a French knot. Let me zoom in to show you that again. Now I've completed all of my Lazy Daisies, my woven roses, and my French knots, and this is how I'm going to tie off the last woven rose. Thread your needle under those stitches 2 or 3 times, pull your yarn halfway, and then tie a knot with those 2 ends, and make that second knot much tighter so that it's extra secure. You can also use a 3rd knot to tie it off, and then snip. Okay, now to add some greenery or filling. I've actually chosen chocolate brown for this because I really like the neutral vibe. However, you can choose any colour, green, white, yellow, anything. okay? It's a personal preference. But beside your woven roses, I suggest doing a couple of Lazy Daisy stitches to create the image of a petal or leaves right beside the roses. Beside your daisies, you can do a combination of stitches. You can do some straight stitches. You could do 2 straight stitches. You could do some more Lazy Daisy petals. It is completely up to you how much you would like this to be filled up. Try not to go past the edge of where you've already stitched those daisies, just to keep the final piece looking really neat. I like to fill up the gaps beside the flowers quite a lot, but that doesn't mean you have to. It is a personal preference as to how dense you would like the greenery to be. Now I've just finished all of my greenery and I'm going to tie off that at the end. Now I'm going to show you how to wash away this sticky stabiliser. Fill up a sink or a large bowl with lukewarm water. Pop your garment in so that it's directly submerged under the water. You'll see the stabiliser start to dissolve instantly. Help it along by rubbing your fingers gently over the top. Leave it sitting in this water for up to 30 minutes. Then you're going to freshen the water and do it again. This helps to make sure that all of the stabiliser has been removed. Leave these to soak again. Now you're going to do a vinegar rinse. A vinegar rinse is essential to make sure that your yarn doesn't bleed its colours onto your sweater. The vinegar locks in those colours, which is exactly what we want for long-term wear. Fill up the sink with cold water this time. Add in a splash of white vinegar and submerge your garment again. Leave this to soak for up to 30 minutes again. Rinse thoroughly with cold water. And now this can be washed as usual in your washing machine. Just be sure to use a garment bag, turn it inside out, and on a delicate cold wash with sensitive laundry detergent. Gently wring out as much of that excess water as you can. Then you're going to roll it up in a clean dry towel to remove any excess water. Gently squeeze, and then you're going to lay it flat to dry overnight. Well done, you have fully finished your DIY embroidery project. If you have any questions, reach out via Instagram anytime. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe to Elora by Lenore's YouTube channel for more videos just like this.